Good morning, friends and foes. You know why I call y'all friends and foes? Because some of y'all is really my friends and some of y'all is fake as hell. So foes is for the hoes. Not really the hoes, but friends and foes. There are real people and fake people always in your life. Hello and welcome back. I am Janitra Daly, better known as Mrs. Daly, better known as Jen, better known as whatever you would like to call me. As long as it's nice. I don't play with people trying to disrespect me. But anyways, good morning. I have a couple of things to talk to y'all about. Okay, right now I'm in Florida, and it is 10:34 a.m. And I would like to talk to y'all about a couple of things that touch me. First of all, this Alabama fight that broke out with the Caucasian people jumping on the black man. Um, that was justified. And most of the white people will agree. If you're not racist, you will agree that that was justified. We are tired. We're tired of being bullied. We're tired of being the butt of y'all jokes. We are just tired. Now, however, I was raised to don't ever let them belittle me, touch me, any of that. So, I've already had my guard up. But however, when all the black people came, and I've heard people calling the gang of African Americans the gang of niggas, yes, we came. We saw and we conquered. If I was there, I would have been squatted up to. When, hey, if that has to be our signal, when you take your hat off and you throw it in the air, we gonna use that picture. You understand me? We gonna use it. We gonna use a folding chair. Anything we can get our hands on, we gonna use it to handle how many of y'all that we need to at a time. So keep your hands to yourself, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. That was justified, but I'm very um, unhappy with them arresting the man that was attacked. Now, I know there were people that hit people with the folding chairs in front of the police. Okay, whatever. So I understand that everybody's out of jail and nobody will be facing charges. The stank face. Y'all sure y'all want to do that? Because, sorry, I had to give y'all that ugly face. That was ugly. But, y'all sure y'all want to do that? Because it might be another riot sometime soon. I'm sure it will be because Donald Trump, that's what I call him, was able to call the good old boys to the White House and assault all those people, black, white, it didn't matter. And then he was sending them after his vice president and his family. What kind of crap was that? Then they go and attack uh, the wife. I forgot whatever her name is. Husband. The house that the people went to. They were part of the good old boys too. Anyways, I don't know if y'all know Jason Aldean wrote a song about the good old boys. I was on TikTok the other day when I discovered this, and I was going to look at the video, and then the person that was live that day, I could not find their page back on TikTok because I was gonna wait in because he asked was Did he think it was racially uh, charged at us, or was it just a good country song? First of all, you are. First of all, who gave you permission to film a song about the good old boys at a black historic church that was known for lynching and other things, and where they stopped the racism at many years ago in I think the 1800s. Anyways, um, a historic black place where history took place. Y'all allowed Jason Aldean, because he's a rich man with money, white man. He can do whatever he wants to in this white country. So y'all decided to let him make a racist video and add the good old boys in there. Okay, you support Donald Trump. Whatever. However, you did not have to have a clip of, and what the person that edited your video did a pretty good job with taking out the black people that was in the video and made them look all white. But what you do not understand, why you posted that video, not all the white people were against us. Some of those white people that were running around and fighting were with the black people. Some of them. Now, for those that were not with the blacks, yes, there was all the stuff that took place. However, when that shit happened in Alabama, we getting our licks back. Stop playing with us. We up to here with the bullshit. I've never been down with the bull crap. I was just raised like that you protect yourself. By any means necessary. It wasn't allowed. I remember I got a paddle by a white teacher that was in her class. The lady was very racist. And my mom came to school with that weapon to turn it out, and I was immediately taken out of her class after they tried to fight against it. And I wouldn't have returned to that school anyways, because it was going to be a problem. Because I think the way I was raised, I probably would have attacked her in that classroom. And my friends was about that life too. Okay? So, for the black people that was in her class, after I got taken out, the other students were taken out as well. And she still worked for that school board, I think, for 3 more years, and she finally was terminated. She went to another school system, and the same thing happened. Just racist, okay? However, they stopped the paddling, whatever. Right. Okay, my next topic is, I'm from Florida, and we are under our first historic heat warning or advisory for, I think, Texas, Alabama, Florida, Mexico, some other place is included into this hot ass summer. Now, yesterday it got up to 112 degrees, and that was in they said three or four counties. I can't remember. Anyways, it has to be 113 or above for it to be an advisory. I disagree with that. When it get over 100, y'all need to be warning people that it's gonna be hotter than a motherfucker. Okay? Because I do not play. So if it's 100, and my husband was so worn out yesterday because he worked outside. So if it's gonna be 100 degrees outside, I need to know, because it's gonna be 105, 110, 15 when I get in my car. So if it's 113 degrees today, it's going to be 130 degrees inside my car. So guess we ain't getting in there until the sun go down. Me. I got shit to do. I'm going to take me a good old nap because I don't sleep at night. I worked the night shift for over 16 years. So I don't sleep. My sleep pattern is off. And I start training for a new position tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. The day after. Thursday. What's the day? Tuesday? Thursday. We're training for that. And it's 12 hours. And I have another job that I do, same place, that I have to do in the middle of the week. But one of those days I will be there 16 hours. Now, however, I have to get up 5 a.m. in the morning to be there because I have to drive 35 to 45 minutes to get there. That's not bad in the morning. And when I get off, it will be dark or going down, so it won't be that bad. You understand what I mean? So it's a win-win in that situation. Even when I work nights, I didn't really have a problem with that at all either because I got off 7 o'clock in the morning and it was getting hot outside, but not like that. So we're breaking history with that, the heat in Florida, and I believe this comes from Texas. They showing the news right now on with a 3-man charge in a violent brawl in Montgomery, Alabama. The only 3 men, but it was 5 or 6 of them that jumped on them, and a couple of ladies too. See what I'm saying? The country is so racially divided because the shit just ain't fair. Everybody that hit that man should be charged, just not no 3 people. It's not right. So guess what? We ain't gonna let this one ride either. The ones that hit that man is gonna forever be harassed. I'm just sorry. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. They wonder why so many guns out on the street. Yes, black people are killing black people, but that's not why we have firearms. We have firearms to shoot back at y'all that shoot at us. Because it's historically known that y'all were the only ones that were able to afford guns, and y'all were the ones that were able to get a gun license or a gun permit or even purchase guns, and blacks were not allowed to. Now that we are allowed to, we own just as much as y'all own. We buy just as many as y'all buy. We have one in every room just like y'all do. So we on the even playing field now. That's just what it's about. And I mean, some of the background checks is ridiculous, but however, whatever. The other thing, okay, we talked about the weather, the Montgomery fight. Now, this is what's really bothering me. This is why I got on him. Orange County, Florida, Orlando. For those that don't know, they have permission slips that's due today that they decided to put on the news and make it everybody's business and piss me off. In the meantime, they go to stank face again. Now, the permission slip is for the children to have their parents sign a permission slip to have their sexual orientation documented, as well as nicknames. So let's say Robert wants to be called Rob, or Bobby wants to be called Bob, or Sheila, he has to have permission for that. And the teachers can use discretion when calling these kids what they want to call them. So I said, myself said, I said, what is the reason for them having these children from kindergarten on up have these forms signed by their family to say that it's okay for Bobby to be called Bob or Sheila? Now, this is where I want y'all to follow me and follow me good. So all the teachers out there, let's say your name is Sheila Jackson, Mrs. Sheila Jackson. You're a married woman. Your name's Sheila, and your last name Jackson. And you can be a white woman or a black woman, pink woman or green woman. I don't care. We're not talking about race right now. I'm talking about the name situation. You introduce yourself at the beginning of the class and say, "Hi class, my name is Mrs. Jackson, Johnson, or whatever." I said Jackson, didn't I? My name is Mrs. Jackson, and you will address me as such. This is how they talk, okay? So, I'm going to call you Sheila because my name Bobby, and I want to go by Sheila as well because I feel like that should have been my name, and I just want to be called Sheila. And I remember going to school and we had this little paper to fill out all about me. Like the first grade, we did it every grade, every year, all the way up till we finished high school. Okay, in almost every class, especially your homeroom class. It was like mandatory that you had this demographics paper to fill out. Like, whatever, okay? So they would always say, you have a place on there for your nickname, Jan. So the teachers in school couldn't say Janitra. I've been called Janatra. And then the people will say, I don't understand this name, last name Lewis. And then when I would tell them how to pronounce it, it became a problem. So I said, can you just call me Jan? And they be like, no, you would go by your name. I said, well, you're not saying it right, and you're not spelling it right, so why can't I go by my name? Now, if you my teacher, and I'm telling you my name is Janitrah, why would you put Jenitrah? What happens to my other A, where the E is, and what happens to the H at the end of my name? Like, you just can't make up people's name like that. So I wanted to go by Jan. They didn't honor that. So when they would call me Janitra, I would ignore them, and they would have to say, Miss Lewis. Yes. They answer this question right here, this, that, and the other. So it became a popular thing. Like, when we went to high school, the teachers, the coaches, or whatever would call us by our last name. Like, Lewis, Mazel, Smith, come here. You got this assignment or that assignment. And that was fine. But this is what I have a problem with. I don't think a first grader, second grader, third grader, fourth grader, fifth grader even know that they want to be of another sex. Maybe they do, because some people raise their children different. Maybe they do, and that's what they're taught. But Me as a mother, and I raised two of my own kids and two of my stepkids. My other stepson was old enough. My husband is 10 years older than me, but he had him real young. He had him 16 years old. But what I'm saying is, in my home, you're under 18, you don't have the choice to say whether you want to be a girl or a boy and you one of the opposite sex. You have the choice to decide what you like. When you turn 18, you can start practicing this stuff. But before you're 18, you're not bringing home your boyfriend. You're not bringing home your girlfriend. We was just raised in a Christian household, and that's just the way it was. My husband is Jamaican, so he was not playing the radio with none of that, with none of our kids. So that was another reason they couldn't bring home, you know, a boyfriend or a girlfriend of the same sex. And they had plenty of friends that stayed over. We kept a house full of kids. I got so many kids that call me mom. It's just unbelievable. I love them all though. No matter what they turned out to be, I love them all. A child is a child. Child needs love. They need a family structure, and we provided that. So, whatever. If they're a gay boy now, I still love them. If they're a gay girl now, I still love them. But they were not going to be in my home, being in a relationship at 16, 17, 15 on down. Talk about that's their girlfriend or boyfriend. No, that was not finna be happening. You're not laying up on my couch with the person of the same sex because you're not old enough to make that decision right now for yourself. Think rationally. You gonna let your 8-year-old bring home a boyfriend? And they're a boy? So what example are you setting for the rest of the children? And you're actually setting this child up to be picked on severely by his peers. Bullying is real. Then 2 years later, your child hang yourself or jump off the bridge and you wondering why, what went wrong. That's what went wrong. They didn't realize that they liked the same sex and that they were going to be bullied. They didn't know that. But you did. But you didn't take the time to explain that to them and say, Joey, can you hold off on those feelings because this or that could happen? You didn't do that. So you decided to just let them go along with it. And now you got 4 dead kids. All your kids done killed themselves because people bullied them. And they miss their siblings and they don't want to be there with you because of the way that you parent. They just decided they just didn't want to be here no more. Facts. So, I want to know, what right does Orange County have to make these kids sign pretty much a disclaimer saying that they want to be non-binary, gay, straight, pansexual, transgender, transsexual. I don't know if that's the same, but it's none of their business, really. Second of all, that's mad disrespectful. Mad disrespectful. I think the school district should mind their own business because the teacher that's teaching them may be gay or straight or pansexual or transgender, and the child does not know that. So, but they want to be called Mrs. Smith when they were already Mr. Smith. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's a thin line. They walking a very thin line. The principal could be gay as hell, and he want to be known as Ramona, Princess Ramona. That's what the principal want to be known as, Principal, Principal Princess Ramona. But that's not your real name, sir. You your name was Robert when you was born. We just throwing some names at her as examples. So the principal gets to be called what he insists on all the students calling him. They can get in trouble for not addressing him the way that he wants to be addressed. And so the teachers have the same right, but the kids don't have that right. Like, I didn't want my kids, my school to call me by my name because they couldn't spell it or say it. And I think that's disrespectful. Because if you had me as, especially high school and middle school, you see most of these teachers every day. Even if they taught you in one grade, they remember who you are. They don't forget that. They know your name. But they insist on calling you the wrong name, and when you keep walking, they want to grab you by the arm and stand in your face and about disrespecting them and all this other kind of stuff. And I just think that that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. These people need to mind their business. There should not have to be a permission slip. These people should not be filling out emergency cards, checking what sex the child is, what they identify as. Why does that make a difference? What are you going to do different for them? Are you going to put them in colored chairs so we know that they're transgender? Are you going to put them in the colored rainbow section under the rainbow in the cafeteria that y'all had painted, so that's the only place they can sit? Are you going to segregate them and make them use separate bathrooms because that's what they represent? Like, come on, y'all. And the other thing that I wouldn't allow is my child, I would say 16 and under, to dress of the opposite sex while living in my house. Now, when you get 18 years old, you can wear what you want to wear if you're purchasing your own clothes. And you can be with whoever you want to be with. That's your business. But y'all won't be laid up in here. Wait till you get your house, apartment, and you lay up with whoever you want to lay up with. It don't have nothing with me. Just nothing to do with me. Just know that the choices you make come with consequences. And it happens to straight people. It happens to gay people. It happens to these transgender people. It happens to everything. This is what I also don't understand, too. They had an issue last week on the news, same county, about bathroom assignments. I just think that if they have the right staffing and monitors, people, when I went to school, we had bathroom monitors. You had 2 or 3 minutes to use that bathroom and get on up out of there unless you was sick. Okay? What happened to the girls being on one side, the boys being on one side, and the new schools have handicap accessible bathrooms now that are for either gender. And okay, say a boy goes into that bathroom in his wheelchair and he's not straight, he's gay, but there's also a girl that's in the bathroom in her wheelchair and she is straight. Do you think that they're harassing each other, or do you think that one will take advantage of the other? I'm just trying to understand why y'all taking this shit too far. Like, one thing I like that they do now is most places they have what you call a family bathroom. And me and my husband have done this a lot. When I had my boys and my boys was coming up, even my girls, I'm going to the bathroom with them. And y'all going in the women's bathroom until y'all are at least 10, 11, 12 years old. I don't care what you say. And then one day my kids say, Mom, can we stop going in the bathroom with you with the women? And I said, why? He said, because that white lady said that you are too big to be going into a woman's bathroom. I said, what white lady? Point her out to me. We were in the middle of Walmart. I walked up to her, tapped her on my shoulder. I said, ma'am, did you make a statement where my child could hear you and said that he was too old to be in the women's bathroom with me? She said he is. There are other ladies in there. I said, let me tell you something. He going in that damn bathroom with me as long as I say he need to be in there. That's my child. And ain't nobody finna inappropriately touch him. Ain't nobody finna be looking at him. None of that. Because me, the person I was, even when they asked to go in the men's bathroom, guess what? I still went in the men's bathroom with them. No, you cannot use those urinals on the wall. No, you cannot go inside the stall. Go inside the stall. Yep. And I'm checking out the stall before you go in there. That's just the way it is. If you got to sit down, you put one of them things on the seat. And now they got sanitizer, they got all this stuff. Now they know better. So I don't have to tell them, but I will remind them. I don't care if I'm 99 years old, and remind them to wash their hands. Watch what you step in. Don't step in nothing wet. I don't give a damn if it look like water. Don't step in it. Don't touch nothing. You ain't got nothing to be touching. None of that shit. It just makes sense. But I need somebody to help me understand why does Orange County or any other county in Florida or any other county in any state have to make these kids sign a form to say that they want to be called X, Y, and Z, and that they need to mark their sexual orientation. Out of line. All you need to know is what they was born as. And you don't even need to know that. Mind your business. Just mind your business. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I'm real upset about that. I'm really, really upset about them choosing gender roles. If I had kids in school right now, they would be going to homeschool or private school, because this ain't right to a Christian school. This is not right. I don't feel good about that at all. Like, I don't know much about the LGBT plus community, if I'm saying that right. I shouldn't even be trying to say it because I don't know it. But I just call it the LBG plus community because that's what I think it was at first, and then they changed it. But equal opportunity, man, for anybody. That's just like saying the people that are qualified to do the job can't get the job because they transgender or they're gay or they're lesbian. That's none of y'all business. As long as they can do the job, they can get hired. I'm sorry. In no way, shape, or form, if that little boy in school, Rocky, wants to be called Rock or he wants to be called Amy, y'all should be telling him you're not going to call him that, but you want somebody to call you Mrs. Jackson. But since you don't want to respect me, Mrs. Jackson, I'm not going to respect you and I'm going to call you Sheila. Okay? Think about it. That's how I'm going to teach my grandkids. And when they start school next year, it's going down, baby. I will be at that school at any time I need to correct whoever needs to be corrected. Don't put your hands on my grandchild. Don't insult my grandchild. Don't insult them or assault them. We're going to have some issues. So one thing about it, you being a grandparent, you have a second time to go around to be a better parent than you was to your children. I think that's why God said they are grandparents. They're better the second time around. And there ain't nothing like love for your grandchildren. So I'm warning y'all, when my children get to preschool next year, try them if you want to. Because I used to stay at the school for my nieces and nephews. My niece was gay. It took me about 4 months to get over the shock of it because somebody that was supposed to be my friend told me instead of her allowing my niece to tell me. And it was the way she said it and the way she told me that had me upset in my feelings. That's why I would never let nobody else get the best of me. When I feel like people are short-tempered and they upset with me, or they feel like, they need to talk to me a certain kind of way, I will push back, because if we friends, we don't talk to each other like that. We don't do each other like that. And you have to remember that everybody has feelings and everybody got something going on. And you just don't do dirty stuff like that. But that friend that did dirty stuff to me like that, payback is an MFer. That's all I gotta say. And I saw Karma come around and slap her a couple times. Did she deserve it? I think so. Would she ever admit it? No. But it is what it is. I just think that Orange County is wrong for this bullshit. Okay? I want y'all to have a blessed day. And remember, God is love. And God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Goodbye.